Hello, welcome back to the channel. Glad you could join me. So today, I wanted to talk about The Stainless Steel Rat Sings the Blues by Harry Harrison. It's a little bit interesting in the way that the Stainless Steel Rat series came about. So in 1961, that's when Harry Harrison wrote the first book in the Stainless Steel Rat series, which was The Stainless Steel Rat. Now, this wasn't chronologically the first in the series. It was written first. Later, he wrote in 1985. By then, he'd written, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He'd written 5 books in the Stainless Steel Rat series. And then in 1985, he decided to go back and kind of write the origin story of his character, Slippery Jim Degrees. And so what we're getting here is he wrote in 1985, A Stainless Steel Rat is Born. In 1987, he wrote The Stainless Steel Rat Gets Drafted. And then in 1993, he wrote the 12th book chronologically in the series, which was The Golden Years of the Stainless Steel Rat. And then he gets back to, in 1994, the origin of the Stainless Steel Rat, and with The Stainless Steel Rat Sings the Blues. So in the beginning, in the opening of The Stainless Steel Rat Sings the Blues, Jim is caught when he tries to rob the mint on a certain planet. And the Galactic League comes and says, you've got two options here. You've got two options. One option is we execute you. The second the second option is there is an alien artifact on this planet, and we want it. Your task will be to go retrieve it. Obviously, this is suspect, because why would they need a criminal to go down to a planet to retrieve this object? To no one's surprise, he opts for the second option, which is to go retrieve this artifact. The thing is that the planet that it's on happens to be a prison planet, one of the very few in the league, and so that's kind of one of the reasons that he gets chosen for the job. He is a criminal, so it wouldn't be hard to insert him into the prison population, and he is devious enough to work in this kind of setting. Now, in order to make sure that he does what they say that they want him to do, they dose him with a slow-acting poison that basically he's got 30 days. Otherwise, if he doesn't bring the object back, then he dies. In order to get it back, he recruits 4 other people. No, excuse me. He recruits 3 other people. There are 2 men and a woman that he recruits from the Galactic League to pose as a band. That's why it's The Stainless Steel Rat Sings the Blues. They pose as a band. They basically commit a crime that would get them sent to this planet, or it's manufactured that they committed this crime, so they get sent to this planet. And then he has this group that are all but one of them trained agents that can help him in the recovery of this particular artifact. I've got to say that the idea of the slow-acting poison isn't... maybe at the time in 1985 it wasn't an overdone trope, but since this is the first time I'm reading The Stainless Steel Rat Sings the Blues, at this point it seemed like an overdone trope. And so that's one of the criticisms I have about it. Again, it may not be so much a criticism on my part as it is the fact that at this point in history, the slow-acting poison, the first time I remember somebody doing that was Escape from New York, I believe it was, with Kurt Russell playing Snake Plissken. That's how they get him to go into New York to rescue the President of the United States, I want to say. Anyway, since then, there's other things that maybe at this point it like I said, it could have been that this was one of the first uses of it. I'd have to do some research on that, but it seemed weird that they used this trope. So they go down to the planet, and it's kind of weird the way that this prison planet is presented. Again, there are a number of things in this particular book that obviously Jim has gone to prison before. And he's been imprisoned and escaped and all these other things. And by the Galactic League, no less. But the fact that they actually have prisons, but they also have a prison planet, why wasn't he ever sent there to begin with? Anyway, the prison planet is run by the prisoners. It's not even set up for rehabilitating the criminals. Basically, they have a starport, a spaceport on the planet. You get dropped off, and then you get never picked up again. You are the dregs of society, and they never try to rehabilitate you. So various societies have evolved on this planet over the course of however long they've been using it as a prison planet. You can kind of think of this as like the way Australia started. It was originally a penal colony that was used by the British to punish their criminals. But in Australia's case, it became its own country, and it evolved out of that. It's like it stagnates as a prison planet, with basically the Galactic League sending criminals there to just be there and to never be seen or heard from again. There's also some of the societies are really weird, and at least two of them are basically their own. They got what they deserved, in my opinion. They should have taken steps on their own to fix their own problems, but instead they decided to just let those problems continue, rather than doing anything about it, which to me is, again, it's a very weird situation to be in. One of the things about humanity that I have always liked is that we may screw up a lot, but we are always trying to improve our situation. We may not do the right thing, but we do have that capacity to admit our mistakes and grow from them. And this seems to be a point in the future where they extol the virtues of war has been abolished and whatnot, but at the same time, nobody seems to learn from their mistakes and actually improve. They just sit there and wallow in whatever situation they're in. Anyway, like I said, I do have some problems with Harry Harrison. I don't think his writing is bad, but I don't like some of the themes that he incorporates into his writing. And I like Jim. He's a charismatic character. So I like him. I have enjoyed reading the 3 books about Jim's origins, but at the same time, like I said, I feel that there were some missed opportunities to show growth and change. I don't know. Maybe I'm as it were reading too much into this. Anyway, that's it for today. Let me know if you've read any of the Stainless Steel Rat series. I have actually one other Stainless Steel Rat book on my bookshelf that I haven't read yet. It's The Stainless Steel Rat Joins the Circus. As I have looked into it, I think that's like the 10th book chronologically in the series. So I may have to find some of the other books and hold off on reading that one until later. And until so like, share, subscribe, do all that other stuff, comment down below, and until next time, enjoy what you're reading.